means somehow a spring of the river Bosna, and somehow of the thermal place where there is a thermal waters for mainly for washing for the minerals and probably for the health. And Ilija is most popular place for Arabs. When Arabs come in Sarajevo, they said it's a good place for us. Before it was a place for the Turkish citizens because there is too many universities of the Turkey universities. But mainly when time elapsed, mainly on Ilija, because of the huge hotels, there's several huge hotels in Ilija. They become part of the Ilija and they wish to stay on Ilija because in neighborhood it's an airport, and when they land on the airport they can match to accommodation, and it's quite easy to reach Ilija. Then, while we are passing to those streets and road to the city of the center, we are around 20 kilometers far from the center of the town, but mainly now it would be a city of the Sarajevo divided in many regions in Sarajevo. So that also belongs to city of the Sarajevo. So this is also the roadway which connects to another cities. Also, when we turn right, it would be connection to the Travnik and to the Zenica and to the rest cities of the Bosnia. And that's only highway in Bosnia which consists around 50 kilometers, not more. It's usually payable, and also it's one of the largest projects after war here in Bosnia. Every election they promising that would be more and more kilometers of highway, but unfortunately more than 50 kilometers is not built up to now. This tram, also there's only one tram which making from line from the Ilija to the city of the center. It costs around 1.5 mark, so it's quite cheap. And there is also one line of that tram. It's it seems a little bit not modern, but it's quite practical, because when you use that only one line, you should reach, for example, Baš Čarši is a heart of the old ancient and the medieval city of the Sarajevo. And what is interesting, when Austro-Hungary come here in Bosnia, they try some things which are not tried in Austria, in Hungary, and that's when I say the tram, I mean real tram, because it's one of the first in Europe, and the Austro-Hungarian try with this real connection to reach from another city to another part of the city, and they tried that tram here in Sarajevo, and after a while time they established that similar tram in Vienna. Now when you go to Vienna, heart of the Austria, you should see trams as here in Sarajevo, but it's newer inside, and it's look like more refreshable than here in Sarajevo, because we don't prefer too much local and public transportation, because each house have for example 1 or 2 cars, and if you look each cars, you will see one man inside, and there is too many cars also registered here in Sarajevo, and also the rest cities in Bosnia. Mainly from right and left side, there is mainly from the right side there is a part of the old buildings, and this old building is planned by socialism, and also they look like as in socialism style. From our front, so when you're looking in front of our bus, you will see those small hills and mountains and Serbs and they attack Sarajevo from that hills and from also right side, and they take also position from the left side, and they also make bombing of Sarajevo. And one of the commentator in war of the Bosnia 1992-1995 was now president of the Serbia. So he was younger and he was in Sarajevo during those attacks. And now when you're telling about peace and about similar words, when you see the president of the Serbia, you saw it's a really everything joke, but it was before. So we entering in quite mid-zone of the town. There is from your left side, it's a huge television station. It's a Bosnian television station. It seems to be quite old, but it was built around 80s, and it's one of the largest buildings here in a mid-town of the Sarajevo. After 1995, most of the nations come to Sarajevo, but some disappear, some invest. One of investigation here in Sarajevo, it's spent like build of houses, build of mosques. One of the great mosques here from the for a couple 100 meters, it would be a Jami. Also that Jami was financed by Indonesia, now on your right side, and it's a quite nice mosque here in Sarajevo, and the Indonesians make donations for that Jami. It's a calling Indonesia mosque. All those new buildings which you see from your left side and from your right side, they making some new offers for accommodation and for flats. The average price of the flats and for house or place 1 meter square is around 1,000 euro. It's not too expensive. Mainly it depends on location. For example, location of your hotel is most convenient, and also it's one of the most expensive in Sarajevo. The 1 meter square, it goes up to 3,000 euros, to 2,500 euros, so 2,500 euros around the price, and that's average price. In Sarajevo also we have a higher prices, higher standard of the life, even the rest city of the Bosnia, and average salaries here in Sarajevo would be around 500 euros around, because expenses of life are a little bit more than the another smaller cities, because Sarajevo normally is the capital and it's the largest city of the Bosnia. Also from your right side, and from your side, one of the projects of the Malaysians, it was this orange and green building. It's calling a Bosmal, and also they make that project around, it consists around 300 millions, but they didn't finalize to all those flats, and it's look like expensive and most expensive flats here in Sarajevo, but they didn't finalize all the projects, and before maybe 1 year from Arabic people come here and buy all the property, and they will finish with that huge building. Now we will continue our road to the hotel. So from your left and right side you will mainly see the buildings and the houses. Sarajevo, I already said it's around 300,000 inhabitants. It's a quite large city, especially heart of the town. It's a quite a lot of population, but it's not in kind that you have in Singapore. It's a own kind of Bosnia, because there is not too much space, but too much building, but you will see on spot. And mainly in our heart of the city, it's quite nice because we keep all what is old, and that's giving a soul to one chashi or one street, and it would be nice when you take a walk inside of the old city.
Stop.
Now you see clearly from your right side there is a hill from which the Serbs bombarding all the Sarajevo, and from your front side and from your right side and the parts from the left side. So there is all spots from 1991 up to 1995 they're bombarding all time the Sarajevo. That's a really horrible period for Sarajevo because they think that they will conquer the Sarajevo with that bombarding. And then Sarajevo forces also was not ready for that kind of the battle, because mainly Muslims here in Bosnia didn't expect that war, because they saw how it go with the Slovenia. Slovenia said we are independent, we will make independence. They got. For Croatia, same. They said we are going to be an independent country. It's okay. But when the Bosnia make a referendum and they said we are going to be an independent country, then politics of the Croatia and Serbia said it not be look